So we'll start with our warm up and then we'll just do some general purpose moving the body around stuff. So feet hip width apart, toes straight ahead, sitting bones toward the floor, ribs in and up, shoulders back and down, and crown to the ceiling. Let your belly move as you breathe so that diaphragm can expand fully down and your lungs can expand, bringing in all that good oxygen. And exhale, letting all those toxins out. Take a moment to focus inward to your yoga frame of reference and relax your shoulders. Stretch your spine apart. And just take a few breaths, centering in and getting ready. And then inhaling, arms out to the side. Exhale, hands to your heart. Stretch way out to the front. And then exhale your hands behind you. Fingertips clasped, lift your heart, stretch your head back. And as you exhale, pivot at your hips and come on over. Bend your knees a little if you want, or straighten them and lift your sitting bones. Bring your hands up toward your head and tuck in your chin. Stay there a few breaths, just letting that lower back begin relaxing and stretching. And then chin in, ribs up, sitting bones down. Wind your way back slowly up and lift your heart. Shoulders down, head back. Just open up across the chest. And then inhale, coming upright. Release your arms and take a moment just to feel all that circulation. And then again, arms up and out, hands to your heart. Stretch to the front and exhale, clasp your fingers the opposite way behind you. Stretch up with the heart and back with your head. Pivot at your hips, exhale, and again, just deepen into your forward pivot. Take a moment and breathe. Just relax. Tuck in your chin and keep your knees bent a little bit as you wind your way back up. And again, heart high, head back, and shoulders down, lifting across that heart. Take a few breaths, just letting everything stretch. And again, inhale upright and release. Take another moment, just feeling how your body responds as we get ready for our lateral motion. So arms to shoulder level, palms toward the ceiling, and then right above your shoulders. Keep those shoulders down, hands past, clasp each other, and bring your arms back by your ears. Again, sitting bones, shoulder blades toward the floor, crown reaching up, lean without twisting, and over to the side. So you're leaning away from, pushes down, ribs stretch on that side you're leaning away from. So breathe into it. And then inhale back upright. Exhale, releasing your arms. Again, just feel that side. So we have to balance and do the other one. Arms out, palms toward the ceiling, over your shoulders, and again, clasp the opposite way. Stretch up and lean over to the opposite side. Push that foot down, really reach out and down into that foot you're leaning away from. So stretch out, shoulders still toward your waist, and foot pressing down that you're leaning away from. And again, inhale back up, release into mountain. Just feel those sides more stretched apart. And we'll do our twist next. So sitting bones down, base of the skull up, palms at shoulder level, facing up and over your shoulders. Just go ahead and clasp your elbows. Bring those arms back by your ears. Stretch out through your elbows and head down with the sitting bones. And exhale into the twist. Keep the weight on both feet as evenly as you can as you exhale and pivot over. So take a moment there, just breathing as you come into that forward position. Lift your sitting bones maybe. Keep your arms next to your ears. Just take a few breaths, feeling if those feet have equal weight. And then inhale up And stay in your twist as you look overhead. Remember, gentle on your low back as you lift your heart. Shoulders and shoulder blades down, elbows back, just opening across that upper body. And then inhale up, exhale around to the center and switch your arms. And again, stretch your spine and twist the other way. Spread your toes, get the weight even, and exhale in the pivot. And again, just coming as far into that forward position as your body wants. Lift your sitting bones, relax your shoulders, arms near your ears, elbows reaching away. And again, both feet evenly weighted as you come up in the twist and look overhead. And again, keep that upper body as your back bend focused, not your lower back while it's twisted. And then inhaling, come up. Exhale around to the center. Bring your arms up. Let's bring them to shoulder level and pivot. Just in chin lead. Tuck that chin back in. Get your back of your body flat and stretch out. So elbows straight, knees straight, spine straight. Stretch. And then just drop into ragdoll and hang. Knees bent if you'd like. Chin tucked in. Just deepen as far as you want to go. And then if you want, you can pull in even further with your hands behind your calves. And then just releasing your arms to the front. One more roll all the way up and into mountain pose. So take a moment there, just feel your body a little bit more stimulated and ready to keep moving. So arms at your sides, just relax through the shoulders and arms, up through the crown, and then moving to one side and then the other. So a little bend in your knees, weight again, even into both feet hip width apart as you rotate, kind of windmilling, following your hands to one side and then the other. So a nice little twist through the whole length of your body. Crown reaching up as always. And just breathing and relaxing. And then back to the center, and we'll do our swimming backstroke, getting the shoulders moving. So remember, it's not just the arms, your whole body participates as you're going through that range of motion. So let your spine get a good movement and allow your hips to rotate along with your shoulders. Take a breath, relax, and then bring both arms up, shoulders down, sitting bones down, stretch, and then bring one hand up while you come up on the opposite toe. So that heel is up on the toe that you're not stretching on. And you want to feel this oblique along the side, really getting a good stretch. And then exhale that side down, inhale the other one up. And again, just really reach it out through the fingertips, through the top of your head. Feel that foot that you're pressing down. Really maximize that stretch as you keep that heel up on the opposite leg. And then again, exhale down. One more time up on that first side. Exhale and release, and come on up. And then bring both arms up and both feet down. Stretch. So extended mountain pose. Ribs in and up, sitting bones down, fingertips reaching to the ceiling along with the top of your head. And just sink evenly into the feet. Kind of spread your toes, make sure you're not gripping anything. And just stay there with those shoulders pulling toward your waist, away from your ears, along with the shoulder blades and sitting bones going down. Just breathe there a moment. Feel your arms, And then palms facing out, exhale to shoulder level and all the way down. Take a moment, just feeling all that length of your body. And then bring the feet together. Bend your knees toward your toes. Remember, not beyond, no overworking the knees. Hands above your knees, position, don't support. Spread your toes into the base of your toes. Push the sitting bones a little bit back. Oh goodness, I thought my voice was clear today. And then circle your knees. So nice big circles with your knees. So feel your feet working, moving, your ankles moving, your knees and hips moving around, and just however big a circle you want, and then stop and go the other way. And again, just maximize or minimize whatever's good for you, but don't over push those knees to the front. And then coming back to the center, pick a spot on the floor or eye level if you prefer. We're going to come up onto the base of the toes, lifting the heels. So the heels come up and we find our balance as much as we can. And then rock back on your heels and lift your toes. And do that a few times, rocking back and forth, getting those feet working, toes, arches, ankles, everything. And then release and come back up. And again, feet hip width apart into mountain pose. So feel your body, get those ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders lined up, sitting bones down, and relax your arms at your sides. We're going to clasp the arms behind, either at the elbows or in reverse prayer. Remember, fingertips up between the shoulder blades. Press those heels of the palms as much together as you want. If you want to work those shoulders and arms, wrists a little bit more. Bend your knees toward your toes and big circles with your hips. So just bringing around into that circle, keeping those shoulders nice and even. That's why we put the hands either in prayer or clasped at the elbows. And then stop and go the opposite way. Nice circle through that lower body, especially through that hip, pelvis, sacrum area. And relax. And then release back up into mountain pose. So just take a moment feeling that circulation through your midsection. And keep reaching your head to the ceiling, shoulders back and down, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders lined up. Nice support in your bones because we're going to do our balance. So lift the toes, get the base of the toes connected. Put the toes down, but don't grip them, just spread them out so those base of the toes stay connected. Arch lifting, the whole bottom of your foot connecting, and then reaching up through the crown. Remember, you make sure that thigh is slightly rotated inward. It keeps those bones nicely stacked for support. And then when you're comfortably grounded into that foot, bring the other foot up. You can keep the toes down if you're balance challenged today, or bring it up. Try not to cross the foot over the other one, but again, rotate inward with the thigh so that foot just is straight down. And then work your ankle. If that's working for you, do it both ways. A couple of times. And then flex and point. And really make sure that whole foot is working. Spread the toes and put the back down. So take what worked on your first balance side, shift it over to the other. So again, a little inner rotation, stacking everything up. Remember that core needs to be active, so ribs in and up, shoulders and shoulder blades down, base of the toes connected, whole foot, toes spreading out. And again, when you're comfortable there, bring that other foot up. And once again, find your position. It can still be near the floor or even touching if it needs to be while you work your ankle around a bit. So make sure that you work it however much it feels right in each direction, and then a few flexing points. And when you're ready, bring that foot back down and into mountain pose. Take a moment just to feel the circulation through those ankles and up through the spine. Take a moment to breathe. Let's focus on the core. So bottom ribs, just kind of find them if you need to poke around and find them. You can bring your hands on your hips or just let them hang. And we're just going to move those ribs. So if you can, just bring the ribs forward, to the side, to the back, to the other side. So your whole body doesn't move, just that midsection core. So bringing it out and around. You can keep your hands there at those ribs if that helps you to keep the focus there. And then stop and bring the ribs around the opposite way. So the hips and shoulder you want to keep as much as possible in that same location, just working those core muscles as you move the ribs forward, side, back, side, forward. Circling around. And then release and back into mountain pose. Just feel a little bit more stimulated right through that midsection. And then we'll move up to the shoulders. So arms out, shoulder level. Turn the palms up, spread the fingers out. Keep reaching up with your crown and down with your shoulders. And circle those hands. So big circles with the fingertips. And then make the circles a little smaller. And then just reach out straight and turn the palms back down. Again, spreading the fingers, reaching the head up, sitting bones down, shoulder blades down, and circle the opposite way. So just reaching out, reaching up, stretching the whole body apart as you do those nice big circles with the fingertips. And then slowly working down. Stretch it out. Another side stretch, so keep the hips right where they are and just move the upper body straight over to the side. And then back into the center. Again, hips centered over your ankles. Move the upper body only. Reach to that opposite side. And back to the center. Stretch it out. Really stretch those fingers apart. And release. Take a moment, shoulders up, back and down, and just release any tension in your arms or wrists. Bring one arm out, palm down. Bring the thumb inside and wrap your fingers around and make a fist. Stretch it out, right shoulder level if that's working for you. Clench that fist really, really tight. And we'll do our National Geographic blooming flower. So time lapse, just slowly let those finger petals release. Just releasing all the fingers, just slowly letting those petals move out and open, just like a flower blooming. As those fingers get fully extended, just pull the palm out and the fingers back. And then shake it out. Okay, release that arm. Notice how different that feels from the other one. So let's do the opposite arm. Hand up at shoulder level, arms straight, thumb inside, wrap those fingers around. Tense and tighten your bud of your flower. Push it out, pull those shoulders down, reach the head up, don't forget sitting bones down. Core still active, supporting your spine. Get that bud really, 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 really tight. And then National Geographic, just time-lapse photography, blooming those finger petals, slowly releasing all the knuckles, stretching the fingers out, spreading them apart as you get all fully extended, and then pulling back, letting that palm reach up to the sun in the sky, like those heliotropic flowers do. Stretch and push through the whole hand and shake it out. And back to mountain pose. So just take a moment there, feel your body. Notice what it's telling you about that whole upper body. Stretch the crown high, sitting bones down, and breathe. Take a moment, letting that belly just really expand as you inhale, sinking back in as you exhale. And then bring your feet a little wide, shoulder width a little wider, however feels good for you. If you feel like your feet might slide apart, you can angle your toes just a teeny bit in so that it doesn't feel like you're going to lose your positioning. And then bring your thumbs to that hip crease right at the top of your thigh and push the sitting bones back, chin and chest coming forward. And then as you get parallel to the floor, kind of tuck your chin back in. Slide your hands down your legs. You can leave them on your shins, palms pressing in, or you can drop your hands to the floor or a block or book if you have one available right under your shoulders. So fingertips or palms pressing down, whatever works for your body. Sitting bones keep going back, ribs up and in, crown forward. So we're going to stretch the spine apart and go into a twist. So if your hands are on your legs, just leave them there. And we're going to keep the right hand on the right leg or the right hand on the floor and bring the left hand out to the side. So bring the hand right at shoulder level, palm toward the floor, look at it. So you're turning your whole body to look to the side, and then bring the hand up toward the ceiling as you rotate and look up toward it. So your hips go back, your crown forward, the spine stretches apart, and you twist your whole upper body into that twist. Take a breath, really stretch it apart, lengthening, and then following your hand, bring it to the side and all the way back down, either to the floor or your leg. So straighten things out again, parallel to the floor, get that whole body opening. Chin's a little bit toward your chest so the base of the skull and the base of the spine can stretch apart for the twist to the other direction. So this time, left hand on the leg or the floor, right arm coming out to the side, parallel to the floor. So keep looking at that right hand. The palm starts toward the floor and then rotates as it goes up as you look at it, moving your whole upper body into that twist. So the sitting bones are back, the crown is forward, the spine is stretching from the base of the spine to the base of the skull, opening as you look up. So maximize or minimize, remember, spine work is always a personal practice. Stretch it out. And as you exhale, rotate that hand back down, following it back, either all the way to the floor or your shins. And again, just get a good stretch through your legs, through your spine. Take a breath. And then either hands from your floor or your legs, bring those arms straight out to the side and straighten everything parallel to the floor as much as you can. So sink into the feet evenly, hips back, crown forward, fingertips reaching out, keep them there, pivoting up. Make sure those arms stay at shoulder level as you come up into your star position. Stretch it out. Lengthening up through the crown, out through the fingers, down into the feet, ribs in and up. Feel that core working. And exhale the arms and step into mountain pose. So feel your whole body nicely stimulated and ready with that energy working into that middle of your skull for our meditative relaxation. And we're going to go to the floor. So stretch up, shoulders down, pivot forward, exhale, come into that forward pivot, and then bending your knees, come all the way into child's pose on the floor. Hips back on your heels, hands next to your feet, and forehead toward the floor. So knees together, stretches the low back more. Knees apart gives you more room to breathe, your choice. Just take a moment there in child's pose, relaxing as much as is comfortable. And then sitting up on your heels, just bring your legs out in front. Staff position. So sitting bones move a little bit behind you, ribs in and up, shoulders and shoulder blades down. Press out through the bottoms of your feet and up through the top of your head. Feel that whole core supporting your spine, and keep that core as your focus as you slowly, slowly, slowly roll onto your sacrum, and then your middle back, and then your shoulders and shoulder blades and shoulders actually, and all the way down with your head. Corpse position. So feet are either straight up or slightly out, relaxing the hips and pelvis, hands, palms up at your sides. Breathing deeply, exhaling and relaxing. So if your lower back feels like it needs a little bit of relief there, you can slide slide your sitting bones slightly toward your heels and bend your knees and put your feet down. And bring your knees slightly together or prop something under them for a little support to release your lower back for the twist, for the relaxation. Shoulders and shoulder blades toward your waist, bringing those shoulders toward the mat, letting those ribs expand up. So your whole spine doesn't have to meet the floor. It can be a little arched up in its natural curves. And the back of your head on the floor, not your neck. So just let the neck be released and relaxed as well. Hands, palms up to keep those shoulders down toward the floor. Take a moment to breathe. Just relax completely. Let your belly move as you breathe. Remember, letting that diaphragm push toward your hips and expand your lungs. And as you exhale, just close your eyes and focus on any part of your body that feels like it needs adjustment. And then move around to adjust it so that it's comfortable for our relaxation. Deep breaths in, just relaxing whatever needs to be released. Just allow the muscles of your body to relax through your legs, your hips, through the torso and shoulders, arms and hands. Soften your jaw and your face, and just with each breath, exhale, letting your body grow heavier, sinking deeper into that earth embrace. As your body softens and sinks, just let Mother Earth support you, remembering always that Mother Earth is there, supporting you every day through your body. Whatever points are touching the earth, just let them go. And as your body just grows heavier and softer, just let it sink. And as it relaxes completely, just allow thoughts of your body to release from your mind. And as those thoughts release, just let your mind drift. New thoughts will come to you. Remember, it's the job of your mind to keep producing thoughts. It's your choice whether you pay attention. At this moment, there's no need to remember the past, no need to anticipate the future. Just breathe deep, exhaling and relaxing, allowing your mind to drift as easily as your breath, flowing in and out. Thoughts coming, just let them release, unneeded, unnoticed. And as your body relaxes and your mind just drifts, allow your focus to turn inward. Find the point of peace within. Let that point of peace just grow, filling your body with peace, filling your mind with peace. And just take a few moments to be peace. And if you can relax even longer, just feel free to do that for as long as you would like. If it's time to return to the moment, just begin drawing energy and awareness back to the moment, to the room, to your body. And with each breath, just reconnect gently into all parts of your body, fingers and toes, arms and hands, torso moving, breath full and deep. You just begin stretching more fully as you breathe more deeply. And when you're ready for your final yoga hug of appreciation, just press your heels toward your hips. No, your hips toward your heels, and drawing your heels toward your hips. Back pressing down, bring your knees up toward your heart, and just reach around, hug your body however feels good for you, giving yourself a nice, appreciative yoga hug, letting your body know you appreciate its yoga work today and the work your body does for you every day. And when you're ready to release, feet to the floor, rolling to the side, and sitting back up, and just preparing for the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me.